guys, so I'm sorry for the very long absence. It was because I was working very diligently on a number of projects, but mainly one really big project, and I've decided to split them up into a few different videos, 2 to start and then maybe a couple a little bit later on. But this one that I'm going to talk about today is kind of the smaller one of the 2 that I'm ready to talk about right away, and then the next one that'll be up on this channel was like a really big deal. But the reason that I couldn't film this project and upload it until I'd finished the big one is because they're related, and they're both spaces that I organized, or reorganized I should say, in my basement. Although I did start on this project first and finish it first, there were some things that I had to wait until I finished the bigger project to do my final tour. Well, I finally am ready to film it and show you guys my final after tour. So the space I'm going to be talking about today is my basement under the stairs closet. Now, when I say under the stairs closet, I mean just that. It's a closet that's under the stairs, literally, that go down to our basement from our main floor. So it's kind of like an oddly shaped closet. It's actually very large, I think, for an under the stairs closet. I don't know, I've never had stairs before we lived in this house, you know, of my own. And I really don't know if we had under the stairs closets at our homes that I lived in with my family, you know, before I was married. But I didn't have a closet to organize that was under the stairs before, you know, we lived here. And I'm going to give you a little before tour. It was just kind of a hodgepodge of things, mainly extra chairs and tables and things like that for parties, as well as some like furniture and television accessories that I'm not currently using. But it was kind of all just kind of jammed in there, and it was impossible to get all the way in and impossible to get anything all the way out without taking out like 15 other things. And so what I really want to do was to pare that down, make it, you know, have a real singular or maybe just 2 purposes instead of like 15 purposes, if you know what I mean. And that's what I did. So I'm going to take you on the before tour now, and I do a little explaining throughout the tour. And I think I filmed, I can't remember, but I think I filmed like a mid-process little snippet. When I'm doing projects like this, where I don't really have like a very clear idea of where I'm going with it, I have a general sense, but I don't have like an exact plan. I tend to do a lot of thinking and rearranging in my mind as well as physically when I'm working on the space, so it actually takes a lot more time, but it's a much more involved process. So without further ado, here's my little before tour, and then I will catch up with you after I show you the final result. So this just happened. Sorry, Don's texting me. I emptied out part of the closet to access those things in the corner there. If we're going to organize like Jen video I'm planning on filming and posting this week. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I figured since I needed to access those things anyway, I might as well just pull everything out of the closet. I don't know if I'm going to put it back in or not. It doesn't make much sense if I'm going to work on it next week to put the things back in the closet. So, yeah. I hate leaving stuff out like this, but I'm not going to be here this weekend anyway, so I might just do it. Yeah, I might. I'm standing here in our basement in front of the under the stairs closet is how I refer to it, because it actually literally is under the stairs that lead to the basement. This is in the basement, sort of right in between the entertainment area. There's the staircase right there, and the billiards table, and then we have a little kitchenette. And I've actually just dumped everything in there. And then down the hall is Dawn's office. There's a bathroom on the left, Dawn's office, and our gym is on the right. And then the very back there, very cluttered room is the utility room. That's my next project. But you see in the hallway, I've got some bedding and things. So last week, I basically pulled most of the stuff out that was in this closet out and put it over here because I wanted to access a couple of file folder bins that were in the very back of the closet, and I've been meaning to work on this for a long time. This is a really nice kind of bonus closet considering how much closet space I have in this house. This is actually technically the only closet in the basement. The two rooms that I mentioned, Don's office and the gym, do not have closets, and neither does the utility room. The bathroom does have a very small linen closet, but this is like the only like valid closet down here, which is fine because the utility room has a lot of room for storage. But I've been using this mainly for extra chairs and all these tables you see in here. These are like folding tables of different sizes, extra Elfa things. Sorry, my camera's having trouble focusing. And then extra pieces of furniture and things to appliances. Like this goes to our bed. I labeled this. It goes to our bed. If you take the canopy off, this goes in. Here, give you a look in the back here. This is an extra piece to a dresser in our room. Sorry, it's really dark back here. And then I've got the TV stands and different wall mounts that we have for our different TVs in the event that we use different configurations for them in the future. And I have some extra blinds that we're not using. And that file cabinet's empty. An old puppy gate for Winnie. We don't really use this anymore. I think I mentioned the extra Elfa. And then all this stuff that I took out that was basically kind of filling the middle of all that was all this. I have a lot of extra storage bins. We had some extra wine. All of my kitchen table cushions that I change out twice a year. They go from blue to brown. Some larger, more delicate, you know, fragile, delicate things like a cake stand and a Tiffany's bowl and stuff that I don't have a place for upstairs, and I want to keep them in their boxes. Those boxes have extra glasses of ours that we don't necessarily need right now, and outdoor glasses we don't usually use very often. More bins, more empty bins. You can see all these things are from Winnie's puppyhood that she's no longer using, but in the event that we got another puppy at some point in the future, I'd want to have them. Pillows that I switch out seasonally for our living room sofa and chair set. These are extra chairs that I pull out when we want to seat more people down here, and more Elfa stuff. As well as some blankets. And you can see there's a pile there, there's a pile there. So these are all things that I would like to keep in this closet. I think I'm probably going to end up moving a few of the things around, but basically everything was just kind of jammed in. I did show a little footage. I think I showed a little at the beginning of this video that I actually filmed during my vlog every day for the month of August thing I did on my other channel, My Housewife Life. But I really just want to organize this so most heavily accessed things are in the front of the closet here, and there's space to walk through. And then I need to find a way to better organize the things in the back so that like things that have papers in them, documents, aren't on the floor in case of a flood. God forbid that ever happens. That sort of thing. So that's my goal with this closet, is to keep it to extra furniture mainly, and extra things like extra bins, extra Elfa stuff, all of that kind of stuff. So that's my plan on the outset. I'm about mid-process now, maybe a little bit more. It's a little bit tougher because I have to work on the big utility room storage space really before I can put everything away. And I did actually start working in there a little bit today too, doing some like preliminary organizing and brainstorming. But I basically have the closet how I want it. I need to buy a couple of things, really just one thing. I made it, I'm going to give like a really good after tour, but I made it so you could walk all the way through it, which was sort of my biggest concern. I need to buy another one of these plastic cube things to put seasonal chair pads in. there you go. But I'm really pleased with how the closet turned out, and I've pulled all of Winnie's puppy stuff out, and I cleared out a bin from the utility storage room that I'm going to put all of her stuff in. Hopefully it fits, at least the non-crate things will fit. You can see a lot of this stuff is cleared out. I found some linens and things I kind of forgot about, and I'm moving all linens into the storage room, so that'll be part of that project. And I'm still kind of deciding on what to do with my extraneous glassware. I kind of want to put it up in these cabinets and take out my Christmas plates are what are in there now. Those are what's in the red things. And I'd want to get better boxes for my Christmas plates and either store them like really nice, sturdy, attractive storage boxes on top of this cabinet unit, or in the storage room like by the Christmas stuff. And then that would free up all that space and I could put all the glasses in these cabinets. And same with like the cake plate. I don't really want to put that in here. I'm not really sure what to do with that yet either. But, and I've decided that the blankets, I'm going to get a little, like either a little storage cube or a little bench or something to put in that corner to put the blankets in, so they're really easy access. And I did clear out some things. These things are part of our TV setups. Like this one's for the master bedroom stuff, and this was for the stuff downstairs. So I need to get more like storagey bin sorts of things to put those things in, and I'll store them in this cabinet. I don't know why I was saving those, but those are recycling. And the rest of the stuff I've pulled into the hallway here. I actually already found a new home for that filing cabinet in my old school files in our storage room. But I've decided to clear off a shelf in our storage room and put all of my extraneous guest room linens in. This is an airbed and a whole queen size set that goes with it. You know, mattress pad, quilt and decorative pillows with shams, and 4 pillows to sleep on, sheets and a blanket, and the air mattress itself. That's gonna go in my utility room on the same shelving area as my seasonal pillows for the family room. I think that's my plan. So I think I'll probably give you guys a final look when it's actually really all done, but I wanted to check in mid-process here. Sometimes projects like this, you can't do them all in one day if you need to consider other spaces and other needs. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Well, I'm standing in front of the door here, and I'm finally ready to show the final after tour here of my work and the understairs closet. After much consideration, I decided to keep it with just sort of extra chairs and household things of that nature. So as you can see immediately off the bat, it's really just a lot neater, a lot easier to get into. I was going to hang our little Papazon chairs. These are little Papazon chairs that we put out here, I think I mentioned, when we have more guests. Sorry about my camera, having trouble. But I realized it would be really hard to get them down off of hooks. So I decided to just stack them up on the floor there, and I think that's okay. And then I have our extra folding chairs nicely pushed up against the wall here. And I bought these are actually ladder hooks from Elfa, from the Container Store, but you can drill them right into the wall, and I did. I drilled them right into studs, so they're really, really sturdy. You can hang much heavier things up there. I made sure to drill into the studs just to be safe. And that's where I put those extra furniture pieces I was talking about that go to our master, to our bedroom to the bed in our bedroom in the event that we want to take the canopy parts off and make it just like a normal bed. I don't know. I just wanted to save those things. And I have my 2 extra kitchen chairs down here, and I did go ahead and get a new storage cube. I already had one, but I decided to put our chair cushions in here, and that's perfect, and it makes it so much easier to bring them up and down the stairs to change seasonally now. I only have 2 sets. I have blue for spring and summer and brown for fall and winter, and I'm actually going to change them out this upcoming week now that it's officially fall. But I I wanted, you know, this will make it just easier to carry up than carrying them up like loose as we were before, and they kind of go flying everywhere because we have quite a few of them. I think I have, let's see, 9? Is that right? No, 11. 11 cushions because I have 11 chairs upstairs and then 2 down here. So I have 13 actually. But yeah, and I just rested them on top of the extra chairs because, you know, we don't use those very often at all. And it's really easy to move a thing full of cushions off of a chair to bring it upstairs. So I figured that was okay. And then the back here, I didn't make quite, I'm sorry for the poor lighting as well, but I didn't make quite as open. I did leave a little walking space in, and I will go in there in a second to show you what's tucked back in the corner there. But I realized, you know, this is where I kind of house much less used stuff. The stuff that's in the front part of this closet here, the main closet where there's much more room, are things that we need to access a lot more. The rest of the stuff, not quite as often. So I have my 2 little card tables and my 2 picnic tables, foldable picnic tables, resting against the wall here. I have an extra puppy gate that I don't use very often, really just when we have parties to kind of, you know, keep the dogs. Sometimes we have doggy guests, and to keep them from going up or down the stairs. And then I have extra bin things over here. So this is actually, these are all extra bins that I had used in our condo, but they're from the Container Store a long, long time ago. I know they don't carry them anymore, but I'm saving them, and I do use them periodically for different things. And I will show that in a future video, actually, that I will post soon. This is this is like a protector for a leaf that stays in our kitchen table or our dining room table all the time. But in the event that we want to make it smaller, I wanted to save the little leaf protector bag I have for it. And then these are just stacking drawers that I bought for my makeshift vanity before I got my real nice one. And they're really nice quality drawers. They're from the Container Store. They're by Like It, I think. They're really nice deep drawers, like they go back a long ways. So I'm not using them right now. That I wanted to save them. I didn't want to get rid of them. So I'm just using them to kind of store extra things at the moment. So in the bottom I have extra Elfa things like brackets and bracket covers, things of that nature. There's nothing in the middle 2 drawers. This has extra bathroom hooks and things of that nature. So I'm just using it basically for small, extra household stuff storage, and I can always move those things if I wanted to use it again. I decided to save these little metal bins for now. These are little mesh bins that I got at the Container Store a long, long time ago, probably about 7 years ago. I know they still carry them. They go on sale during their office sale. I believe that's more in the like late winter or spring. I can't remember exactly. But I used to keep all of our CDs in these, and I just recently got rid of all of our CDs since all of our music's on computers and iPhones and iPods and things like that. But they're really nice bins, and I decided to hang on to them for a little while to see if I wouldn't want to do something with them. And then the back here is really stuff that I really don't need to access very often. So this half of the back of the closet here is all extra Elfa stuff. I have extra Elfa shelves in different sizes and some rolling out drawers, and then I have some extra closet rods that go to Elfa and some standards you can see right there. So these, you know, I tend to change up my Elfa projects, my Elfa closets. All my closets are Elfa. I installed them myself. And the great thing about Elfa is it's so easy to kind of change things around because you don't have to take down the whole closet because they all hang from one, line that's just at the top, and everything hangs off these standards. So I just keep the pieces when I rearrange things because I know that eventually I might rearrange things again, and then I don't have to buy more things. These are just little cases that the Papazon chairs that are in the front of the closet go in for, honestly, I'm only saying these for the event that we ever move out of this house and I want to store them, you know, in a nice, back in their original plastic bags for moving. And then I have some extra blinds there that went to doors in our kitchen that we changed out, but they're really nice blinds, so I thought I'd save them. And then some TV stands. That box has a TV stand. There's like 2 or 3 more TV stands, a wall mount for our TVs. When we moved from our condo, we went from a wall-mounted TV to having to buy a stand for it. And so, you know, it's good to hold on to those things. And then this is an extra piece of furniture that goes with our bedroom set. And I have some, it's so dark you can't even see, but there are some bathroom rods down there as well. So as you can see, I kind of organized the closet, putting the least used things the most far out of the way, although they are still very accessible. And the most used things, you know, right here up front. And I could potentially hang things or put in a little shelf or something at some point, but I decided to just keep this closet as is for now. I really like the way it turned out. It's really just open and, you know, can grow with us or shrink or whatever, and works really well. So that is my understairs basement closet. Well, as you can see, a little rearranging makes a huge difference. Now, first of all, I pulled probably about 30% of the things that were in that closet out, and they are never going back in, at least not now, and not in this organizational system. And I really just dedicated it to be extra furniture, accessories, like you saw. I have some extra furniture pieces in there that mainly go to our bedroom set. Extra TV things like pedestals for our TVs or wall mounts, whatever we're not using currently. Extra Elfa things, because I always have like a little mini warehouse stock of those things. And then, you know, all of our folding chairs and folding tables and sort of party extras, larger scale party extras like that I don't really want to keep in the garage, because we do keep our garage fairly neat, but it's a garage. You know, I mean, and it gets dusty and dirty in the winter with all the snow and ice that comes in on our tires. It just gets filthy, and those are things that I really, really want to stay very nice and clean and neat, and that's why I like keeping them inside. And that little closet, it's not really that little, that medium-sized closet is the perfect place for them, because they're easily accessible but tucked out of the way. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Originally, I was thinking of hanging a lot more things, and I actually bought a lot more of those Elfa utility hook things, like those ladder hooks I showed you that were holding the slats of, you know, the extra furniture slat pieces. I don't know what to call them. And I didn't hang them because there was just no need right now. Now, the great thing about that space is there is some room to grow, and I didn't install much in there on the walls, so I can move up the walls if I want to, you know, supplement that space. So I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. It's so much easier to get in and out. And the truth of the matter is, we don't go in that closet all that often. And I think that's the perfect, like, under the stairs closet kind of thing. It's for things that you use occasionally, not all the time, but you want to stay nice in your climate-controlled, clean house. That's not to say that somebody else could have a totally different purpose for their under-the-stairs closet. I could totally have made that into like a cute little office nook, or like a sewing room, or, you know, like a storage for clothes, like out-of-season clothes closet. You can make it into anything, but for us, and with the closets that we have in our house already existing, that made the perfect sense for that closet. And it just feels so much neater having it done. And I know I didn't mention, I think I mentioned in my before tour that I was going to relocate our Christmas china. I can't remember if that was this video or the next one that I'm going to be posting. Well, I did relocate it up to our mudroom because it's heavy and delicate, and I feel better having it on the main level, you know, where we use it. So I'll insert a picture somewhere showing you guys. I kind of rearranged some things in my mudroom organization. It's still the same system. I just kind of moved some things around so that I could fit the china there, and it fits like a charm. Anyway, that is everything. Stay tuned for the next video. Is my like huge project, and this is what took it took me 2 weeks to work on this project, but I'll give you a little hint. It is storage-based project and in the basement. So stay tuned. That'll be the next video coming up here on Organized Like Jen. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I have a nice cache of videos now to post and some new things coming up after my little mini basement whatever series, storage series. But in the meantime, I'll be around, and thanks for watching. Okay, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.